Yo guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. If you don't already know who I am, I'm Jacob Blank. I started my real estate journey at the age of 16. I'm now 18 years old and I've been able to build my company to produce six-figure months. That being said, today we are talking about how to invest the profits from your first wholesale deal. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe and let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so I know when you do this first wholesale deal and you receive the check, it's going to feel like you're rich because it's a lot of money to make all at once. It really is. You're making like half of some people's salaries in one check, so it's a lot of money that you got your hands on. Number one, do not go crazy with it. Do not go crazy with it. Just as Carlos Reyes says, delayed gratification. Hold on to that money and now you're going to use that money in order to make you more money. So, what did I do with my first wholesale check? What did I do? Well, actually, I got my first check from real estate from a flip I partnered on. I put $5,000 in and I doubled my money. And what did I do with that money? I took that money and I paid All In Entrepreneurs and Carlos them to mentor me. I paid them a lot of money. You know, they're expensive to learn from. I went half on the mentorship with my business partner. I went 50-50 with him on the mentorship. And I paid for knowledge. So paying for, knowledge and to learn and mentorship is a great thing to spend your first check on. Okay? So I took that money and I paid for mentorship. Now, what did I do when I made my first wholesale check? What did I do? I took that money and I doubled everything I was doing to make that check. I doubled everything I was doing. I doubled down with my marketing, right? Whatever made me that check, I did double the amount of, right? So I did double the marketing. Double of the same marketing right away. So to get my first deal, I had 2 cold callers. And right when I got that check, I instantly went to 4 cold callers. So I really highly recommend doubling whatever got you that first check. Now, once you have doubled that marketing, you're still going to have some money left. I recommend you either spend that money on education, like I did, mentorship, knowledge, learning, a course, whatever it is. I recommend you either spend the rest of that money on knowledge or I recommend you try other marketing channels. Number one would be to spend it on knowledge because when you learn from other people that have done the business, you will ultimately make less mistakes as you go on. So either spend it on knowledge or try other marketing strategies, but definitely do not change up your marketing strategy that got you the first deal. Stick with the marketing strategy that got you your first deal, but double down and do double it. So that way, hopefully, you will get deals more consistently or get more deals, and you will definitely get another deal at least because clearly the proof is in the pudding, right? You got your first deal from that marketing strategy, so it will work again, right? Once I got my first deal, I knew I could rinse and repeat the process. So I knew if I spent more marketing dollars on the same marketing I was doing to get that one deal, it would turn into more deals, and that is what happened. So if you get all this money in your hands and you want to go and buy a car, buy a watch, buy a chain, whatever it is, go to the Louis store, the Gucci store, do not do that because are you in this for the long run or do you want to go broke, right? A lot of NBA basketball players go broke, right? Because the people that are the better players on the team have way bigger contracts and are getting paid way more. And the people that aren't as good have smaller contracts and are getting paid less. But it's like a competition with ego through the players. So the guys that are getting paid less try to buy the same things that the guys that are getting paid a lot. They try to buy the same things, like the same car, the same house, cool, all this to compete with each other, right? And guess who goes broke? The small guy, right? So you don't want to do that in the beginning. Make sure you save your money, delayed gratification, get the nice shiny things later on. When you get this check in your hands, do not go crazy. Double down on what worked so then you can rinse and repeat and do it over and over again. And that is exactly what I did. The number one thing that was best for me was paying for mentorship and paying for knowledge. So if you're considering doing that, it's a definite thing you should do. And I'm going to be coming out with a course in like 6 months. So if you're just getting started, my course will be fairly affordable and it will teach you how to get going and get your first deal. But if you really want to scale a company with, all the departments, dispositions, transaction coordination, acquisitions, admin, all of that, right? You really need to pay for mentorship to learn from a company like that. That way you can start hitting these 6-figure months early on, and that is exactly what I did. So, do not be dumb with your money, okay? Number 2, you don't need to hire an acquisition guy or anything when you get your first check. You need to keep closing deals yourself. You need to stay in the trenches and keep closing deals yourself. Do everything you did to get that first deal, but do it double as much. So whether you were cold calling yourself even, say you didn't have cold callers, right? Call double as much, right? Buy double the amount of data, right? Upgrade to a better dialer. These things that showed proof that they worked, just replicate and do them more. So the cold callers I used from the very beginning were the callgenius.com. So I had 2 cold callers with the callgenius.com. Instantly, once I got my hands on that check, I went to 4 cold callers with the callgenius.com. So if you are doing cold calling marketing and you're kind of upset with the return you're getting or anything like that, it's worth a shot to reach out to the callgenius.com and see what they can offer you and your business, because it's completely turnkey. They send you quality reports daily, weekly, and monthly, and everything is turnkey. You don't got to worry about it unless you are not seeing returns that you'd like. But my experience with them, they've done a great job, and it helped me get my first deal, and then it helped me ramp up right away to get more deals, because instantly I was able to reach out to them and say, hey, I want to add 2 more. Literally the next day, went up to 4 cold callers, and the rest is history. So let's do a little recap real quick, okay? When you get your hands on your first check, double down on whatever marketing you were doing, because clearly there is proof that worked. So double it, okay? Now you're going to have some money left over. Either pay for mentorship, pay for knowledge, pay for a course, pay for stuff to teach you more about the business. That way you can make less mistakes and scale faster, okay? Or also you can try to dabble in another marketing strategy, okay? Because you're going to have money left over, and you can dabble into other marketing strategies that might pull in a deal that way. But the main thing to focus on is what worked. Don't go and say, hey, now I'm going to text blast instead of cold calling, when cold calling was the thing that got you your first deal. Stick with the thing that got you your first deal, but double down and do more. And that's pretty much it. Just be smart. Use common sense. Don't waste your money. A lot of people wanted me to make this video. How do I reinvest that check? Well, just do what made you get that check, just more. And it's as simple as that. Just don't be dumb. Use common sense. And yeah, you'll become successful, and you'll get to a place that I've gotten to when you stay true to the process and you see through the process. You will become successful in real estate. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Comment down below if you had any questions or anything, and I will respond to you. And yeah, that's pretty much it.